Another cave-in, Sam?
No, just another brawl between Tim Shornigan's men and Jock Welch's crowd.
Oh, the Cornish Jacks and the Irish Terriers again.
Yeah, looks like they cracked some skulls this time. All trouble for Wyatt. For us, too. Shouldn't happen.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
Miss Nellie Cashman, the ministering angel of Tombstone, had occasionally been an embarrassment to Wyatt. Nellie was liked and respected by all kinds and conditions of men. But when she sought to make peace between the Welsh and Irish miners at the diggings called Total Wreck Mine, Marshal Earp knew he had big trouble.
No, neither the Jacks nor the Terriers are really bad men, Wyatt. They just can't forget their old country feud, even in Arizona. What's the matter?
This is all Mr. Gird's fault, Miss Nellie.
Gird's fault? Why? Because he needed miners so bad?
When his company reopened the Total Wreck Mine, he knew he shouldn't try to mix the Cornishes and the Irishes.
I imagine that he thought in time they'd all learn to get along together.
Oh, Miss Nellie,
And I think so, too. I'm convinced that peace can be made at the Total Wreck Mine. Wyatt, why don't you go out there and just sit down and have a nice friendly talk with him? Now, wouldn't that be a good idea?
No, ma'am.
Wyatt, don't be stubborn.
Me?
Yes, you. All you'd have
Now,
to
look,
do
if
is...
you want to stop this fight, you tell Mr. Gird not to rush history.
But...
Now, you tell him to pull either the Jacks or the Terriers out of that mine.
I will not. Wyatt, I hate to say this, but if you refuse to do your duty, then I'll have to stop the fighting.
Don't try that, Miss Nellie. You're an angel, but we'd like to keep you right here on Earth. Now, you could get hurt, you know.
I'm not worried about myself, Wyatt. You talk like I've never faced a bunch of angry men before. Well, I have.
Howdy, Marshal.
Mr. Gird, I understand the fighting started out the Total Wreck Mine.
Well, there was some fighting, but I hope Miss Nellie will calm them down a bit.
You're not thinking of letting her go out there.
Well, she's already gone, Wyatt. Well, she knows more about those Irishmen and Welshmen than we do.
Mr. Gird, you think those men, all being miners, are going to overlook their antagonisms because they're working together. But working together doesn't necessarily make friends.
Why not?
Because you're too close to the past war in the old country. Maybe the next generation can make friends, but not this one.
Hey, where are you rushing off to?
I'm going to bring her back from the mine before she gets hurt.
Hey, it's Miss Nellie. Go hey, Shornigan, Miss Nellie. Hello, Miss Nellie. Nice to see you, Miss Nellie.
I brought you some pies and cakes. Stop, you're scowling at each other. Both the baskets are the same. One of you boys show me to Mr. Shonigan and Mr. Welch.
That we will, Miss Nellie. Make way for the lady. Do you have any money in there, Miss Nellie? Hands up.
Boys, this silly fighting's got to stop. Would you know that 3 of your men were badly hurt today? Dr. Goodfellow says they've got fractured skulls. Now, what's this all about, anyway?
Jock and his boys started it. Them bog trotters think they're better than us.
Bog trotters, why, you moly gophers from England.
Not England, Wales.
Aye, and didn't your Royal Welsh Fusiliers invade the sacred soil of Holy Ireland?
Now, that's enough. Both of you, that's enough. This isn't Ireland or Wales. It's the United States of America. Now, isn't Mr. Gerd paying you all the same wages?
Yes, ma'am, but us Irish do all the work. That's a lie.
No, stop it. Put that down. You're both acting like children. Can't you learn to work together? Can't you learn to respect each other and like each other?
Trouble. There's the John Lawn camp.
Excuse me, ma'am, if you don't mind.
I'm not
Excuse
finished.
us, Miss Nellie. We'll be right back.
But I...
Where's Miss Nellie? All right, I'll find her myself.
And what do you want with Miss Nellie?
I'm a friend of hers. I came to take her back to town.
Oh, so you think she's not safe here, eh?
I didn't say that.
But you made a special trip out here to get her? Same thing?
We're not getting any place. Stand aside, mister.
I stand aside for no insulting whippersnapper of a John Law.
Take him, Jock. Give him the boot, Jock.
Wyatt, what do you think you're doing? Now stop it.
Well, I've finished, Miss Nellie.
Oh, no, you ain't. You may whip that Welshman, but my name is Shonigan.
Now, I said no more
I
fighting.
can't play favorites, Miss Nellie. They didn't. Now, you go on back in the office.
I'm staying right here.
I've no liking to spill your blood in the presence of a lady. Jim, Mick.
I'm staying here. Now, Wyatt,
Take
don't
her
do it.
inside.
Mr. Shonigan, Wyatt, don't do it.
Now, you want to wrestle? You want a fist fight?
I just want to lay my hands on you.
Hang it with your fist, Tim.
It's all right with me.
Come on, Shonigan. Come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. Hit him.
You better rest a while.
No. You missed him, Sean. Get up. Get up.
Don't get up. You're tired.
Come on, go! You missed him, Sean. Get
I'm not going to bust my fists anymore on you rockheads.
Rockhead.
Well, you were certainly a lot of help.
Yes, sir.
There I was having a perfectly friendly talk with Mr. Shonigan and Mr. Welch until you butted in.
With Mr. Welch.
Yes, and you probably broke his jaw.
Well, I'm terribly sorry about that. Now, if you'll just get in your rig, we'll head back to town.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm not going back. I came here to make peace, and I'm going to do it. You go back.
Not without you.
Don't try to bully me. I'm not going back. The idea of trying to make peace with your fists, and you can wipe that silly grin off your face. Why, I never thought you could be so brutal. After all, these men are miners. They're not outlaws.
Well, they're not panty waists either.
Just look at you, the great Marshal Earp.
Miss Nellie, did you say Marshal Earp?
Oh, we started the fighting, we did, but why didn't you tell us he was Wyatt Earp?
We might have guessed it, Jocko.
Sure, we bear no hard feelings against Mr. Earp. He can stay if he wants to, Miss Nellie.
I'm not aiming on staying. I just want her to leave.
Are you suggesting that some harm might come to this darling, dear little lady?
Of course not. Of course not. You just shake hands with Mr. Welch and promise that the two of you won't be brawling anymore between you. And I'm sure you'll satisfy the kind lady and we can go home.
Wyatt, I am not going back. Oh, no, you don't put me off that easily. We've got a lot more talking to do, and without Mr. Earp.
You
You know, Miss Nellie, he is a good, brave lad.
Aye, and he's much stronger than you think.
We didn't treat him very polite, none of us.
And you call him brutal, Miss Nellie.
Oh, he could have stumped me and him.
Aye.
We have a lot more important things to talk about than Wyatt Earp. Why don't you boys go and get washed up, huh? I'll meet you inside the office.
Now, Miss Nellie asked me to get her a drink of water.
Mr. Shonigan, you dip. Mr. Welsh, you bring it to me.
It's Irish pride, Miss Nellie. Tim has to count every cart of ore to make certain his men have beat us.
Thank you.
Well, what about your Welsh conceit? It's a well-known fact if us Irish were left alone, we'd double the output of this mine.
Well, you know what I think? Nationality doesn't have anything to do with making a good miner. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that both the Jackson Terriers are equally good.
No, ma'am.
Equal. That's just such a terrible thought.
All right, I'll prove it to you.
How?
Mr. Welsh, you get your best drill team together. Mr. Shonigan, you get yours. Tomorrow we have a contest.
Agreed.
Oh, says he. And me with my best drill man on the hospital.
You can always get another one.
Not in this camp. No. Unless I'm allowed to choose Mr. Earp.
Suits me.
Wyatt doesn't even know how to hold a drill.
Well, he's a brave, strong lad, and he won't flinch from the hammer. I'll go and ask him now.
Not so fast, Tim. We'll both go. My conscience forces me to warn Earp.
About what?
He beat Tim in a fight, didn't he? Well, what's to prevent Tim from missing a hammer blow and bashing Earp's head in?
That's a filthy red-coated insinuation.
That's enough. That's enough. I'll ask him myself. Now, in the meantime, no more fighting. Agreed?
Aye.
So if you'll just hold drill for Mr. Shonigan, I can prove my point. The contest is bound to turn out even, and they'll stop this silly fighting because they'll have learned to respect each other.
Just an honest sporting contest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can't refuse. They'll think I'm scared. Of course, I am scared.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Why?
There's too much bad blood between them. All right, you go tell Shonigan I'll hold drill for him. And we can get started back to town for the night.
Oh, thanks, Wyatt. I know it'll work.
Now, our teams are to start on the opposite sides of the rock wall dividing number 1 and number 2 corridor.
And each team will drill a hole 24 inches deep.
Miss Nellie will be the referee.
Put it down.
What about the dynamite?
It's always been, Shonigan, that the first team to plant dynamite gets to explode it.
But what about Miss Nellie and Mr. Earp?
They don't need to know about the dynamite.
Yes,
Now,
but...
don't you try backing out on me. I said this was for blood, and I'm going to blow that abutment right into your face.
If I don't blow it into yours first. We better not write down about the dynamite.
No, Earp and Miss Nellie wouldn't stand for that.
But it's understood then.
Agreed.
Fine. We'll give this to Miss Nellie the first thing in the morning.
Aye, and mind you keep the dynamite in your toolbox.
And see that you do the same thing, Jocko. Now, you want to shake hands on it?
I don't shake hands with a bog trotter.
Too bad, Jocko. But I still aim to give you a lovely wake. Well, she's allowing you an hour to practice. Now, we start the contest with the short drill. Just to get the hole started. Then we go to this long one. And there's the 2-foot mark. That's as far as we gotta go. You ever handle one of these?
No, sir.
Well, here. You put this glove on your right hand. You hold the drill with that hand. And you hold the rawhide with your left. You jerk on it. That way you give the drill a quarter of a turn every time I strike it with the hammer. Now, that's simple enough, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Let's try it against some rock, huh?
Sure. I'll try to pick out a formation like the abutment we're going to drill into. Here. Let me go over here. This one will do right here. Put the drill there. No, man, you're on the wrong side of me. I swing from the right, you hold from the left. Right there. All right, all set.
Wait a minute. You, with the left hand, pull the thong, right?
Yes. You turn like that.
Right.
One more thing about holding the drill. Keep your head out of the way.
You ever miss?
Only about once every 2 years. You ready?
Ready.
Oh, man, you're wobbling. You're not holding it right at all.
Well, here, let's try it again. Come on.
Now, hold it steady there. You ever had any experience with a hammer?
Well, a lot more than I had holding one of these things.
Well, here, you pound and I'll hold. Yeah.
Like a good hold of it there.
Now. Hither, hold it. See it, hold it steady now. Now,
Long strokes or short ones?
short ones. Aye. Drill, you terrier, drill, you terrier, drill. Oh, you're doing grand, lad. Oh, we win by a mile. Drill and
Hold it.
drill.
You're 10 minutes past the hour, Tim. Did you let him talk you into being the hammer man?
I couldn't hold the drill well enough to suit him.
There's nothing in the rules say that a team can't change places.
I knew Tim would have you swinging the hammer. Trust an Irisher to dog it.
Oh, indeed, no.
Save your strength, both of you. I'd rather pound that overgrown railroad spike than hold it. Where's Miss Nellie?
She's at the shack, studying our rules with Mr. Good.
The boss, who brought him into this?
I did. Now mind your manners.
Well, I hope your thinking's right, Miss Nellie.
The only hitch is Wyatt.
Well, why is he a hitch?
Well, because with him on the Irish side, it's not a clear-cut contest between the Jacks and the Terriers.
Welch was smart in agreeing to it. Well, good morning, Mr. Earp.
Morning.
How's our hard rock miner? Miss Nellie here doesn't think you're Irish enough.
No. Well, my ancestors were English, Irish, and Welsh. Don't I qualify?
I'm afraid you just confused the issue, Wyatt.
Why? You were sure it would end in a draw when you asked me to do this.
Well, I was sure, but supposing they don't come out even. If your side wins, the other side is going to say it was because you were so much help. And if the other side wins, your own side is going to say you were no help at all. Either way, they're going to blame you.
Yes. Perhaps we better call it off.
It's too late for that, Mr. Good. Now, you and Miss Nellie are going to find out once and for all that historic quarrels take many years to calm down. Well, it's time we were starting. Come on, Miss Angel of Peace.
Could blow back on us, Jocko.
Not in that rock, it won't. It'll blast on Earp and the Irisher.
Earp will stop you, Shawnigan. You won't have time. Now, no blabbing now.
Shaughnessy, come on. Why you Come on, Jock, get going now. Come on, Jocko.
All right now, boys, remember, the first team to reach the 2-foot mark is the winner. You all set?
All set.
Ready here.
All right, Mr. Gerd.
1, 2, 3.
Drill, Jack, drill. you terrier, drill, drill, drill. Pull back, 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 pull back. Terrier, terrier, drill. Take that speed, make it terrier, drill, drill, and drill. Terrier, terrier, drill. Drill, man, drill, 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 drill. Terrier, terrier.
Are we on the mark yet?
One more inch to go before you. Drill, you drill, 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 drill. Back, pull, back, pull, back, pull, back, pull, back. Pull, there, Jacko. Pull, back, pull, back, pull, back, pull, back. Go before you. Drill, you drill, you drill, drill, and 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 drill. When the match we will.
What are you doing?
Jocko done it. He blood from
You did the same thing. Now stop yapping and give a hand.
Watch out! Watch out in there now! Careful!
Some of you men take the blame out of here. What's your feet? Get around and dig from the other side. Come on.
All right, let's get around here.
What's your feet? Take it easy now, shoot. Show me that shovel. Get the shovel out of here. Dig with your hands. Pull him aside. Gently now. Pull it back. Easy, easy.
I think she's still alive. Here, give me a hand.
Take it easy.
Be careful now.
Oh, here, son.
You got her?
Miss Nellie's still alive, no thanks to any of you. Jock, Shonigan, you clean up this mess. I'll settle with both of you later. And she better be all right.
Come on, let's get moving here.
So I said to myself, said I, the same good Lord made us all, Welshmen as well as Irish.
I'll never feel hatred again toward any man. When Miss Nellie, this darling angel, was in great danger, didn't we all join together and save her life?
Aye.
Jocko Welch, stand up, my boy. As the noble Grant once said,
Let us have peace.
and here's my hand on it.
Wyatt. Well, you were right. They got in a brawl not 10 minutes after Miss Nellie left the banquet.
Oh, no. What'd you do?
Well, what you suggested in the first place. Each terrier has a jack for a teammate. I fired Shonigan and Welsh and put in Sweet Hesburgh as boss. I better go explain to Miss Nellie.
No. Don't tell her anything. Let her think that she changed history. She'll find out soon enough anyway.
You know you're right.
Blessed be the peacemaker. Even if she isn't.
Cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.